10101. And thank you for your letters.
Well, boy, you're finally back. What's up? Where were you?
Well, I wanted to back off and watch you guys go one-on-one. I really enjoyed that intensity.
I tell you what, it was very intense. Kevin, we want to thank you for coming down.
Thanks a
that
lot,
was
Sean.
phenomenal.
It's a pleasure coming down training with you.
We want to thank you guys for hanging in there with us.
That's right.
Kevin, you look in fantastic shape. How close are you right now to contest condition?
You're pulling my leg. You think I look good?
Yeah, you do.
You really
Well,
look
let's
good.
see. Let's see, boy.
Boom, baby. All right.
That's it. That's it.
What do you think?
We got to
Really
get you
look
back
good.
here for another
I'd
show.
probably say maybe about 12 to 15 pounds.
Well, you really look great.
You guys keep tuning in. We'll see you next time. All right.
Flex Magazine Workout is brought to you by Weider, creator of Victory, cutting-edge hardcore bodybuilding supplements, and by GNC, the authority in sports nutrition. Flex Magazine Workout is created and produced by High Bar Productions in association with ESPN.
I never thought that 43 years ago when we loaded up to come to Darlington with 2 race car drivers that we would still be coming back down here in '93.
The Southern 500 in 1965 is a great memory for me and our family. My dad was in a championship battle for that year with Dick Hutcherson, and he was able to win the race by 14 laps and virtually wrap the championship up. And as we went home that night, practically the entire town of Camden, South Carolina was in our front yard waiting on my dad with a banner saying 65 national champion, and quite a day for us all.
I've been close to winning and beating the old track before, real close a couple times. I finished 4th in my very first Southern 500 as a rookie driver back in '84. I finished a close 2nd back in 1987, but I think the best chance I'll ever have to win will be this time around. A racer's career just isn't complete without beating this track at least once.
The first time I came here in 1981, the first time out on the racetrack, going through turn 3 and 4 was so hard that 1 and 2 seemed easy. So about the 2nd lap, I spun out in 1 and 2. I was lucky enough not to wreck the car. Wound up sitting on the outside pole and finishing 4th, though, so I guess the racetrack's been kind to me.
One of my most memorable moments here at Darlington is when I was racing Elliott. I'd pitted for gas and got behind, and I was running him down. And I thought I was going to catch him, and just about caught him, and then I got in the wall coming off too. Sort of dampened my hopes to win. I thought I was just going to have to run along and run 2nd. I knew I was that far ahead of 3rd place. And then on the last lap, Elliott runs out of gas, and we win anyway. So it just sort of goes to show you never give up on the lady in black.
ESPN, the world's leader in motorsports coverage, welcomes you live to Darlington Raceway in South Carolina for the annual Labor Day tradition, the NASCAR Winston Cup Mountain Dew Southern 500. We have been in a rain delay since 1 o'clock this afternoon. It has stopped raining, skies remain overcast, the temperature is 85 degrees, and the breeze has picked up somewhat to help dry this racetrack. The crowd is filing back in. Hopefully we can get this entire race in this afternoon. The points going into this 22nd race of the year. Dale Earnhardt continues to lead. Rusty Wallace has jumped up 2 positions last week. Mark Martin also up 2. Dale Jarrett back 2. And Morgan Shepherd remains in 5th position in the Winston Cup point standings. And welcome back to Darlington. We've been updating you on the weather since about 1 o'clock. Things are looking very good now. The track is drying. The rain is not falling anymore, and it looks like we're going to be able to go racing here in just a few moments. We told you during the afternoon about several news items that come out of here. A couple of driver changes. First of all, Ernie Irvan goes from the 4 to the 28 car, and Jeff Purvis goes in the 4 car. Now for 1994, Lake Speed goes to the Bud Moore number 15. Now going into this race, we have 3 drivers eligible for $100,000 and a guy going for 4 wins in a row. That's Mark Martin. He's starting up front with some new drivers and some veterans. Here's Dr. Jerry Punch.
Thank you, Bob. A bit of irony here in the front two rows. Take a look. The hottest young rookie driver, Bobby Labonte, coming off 3 out of last 5 races, top 10 finishes. The Maxwell House Ford Thunderbird, Tim Brewer and crew had this young man really flying and gaining on the rookie battle. He starts his best spot all year, 3rd in qualifying. And right beside him, the man you talked about, the hottest driver in NASCAR right now as they fire the engines, the Havoline Ford driver, Mark Martin, going for 4 in a row. Mr. August trying to make himself Mr. September. But look on the outside of row 1. It's the oldest driver, Harry Gant, in the oldest car. A car that won here way back in 1989 in the oldest race at the oldest racetrack. Could be an omen for 53-year-old Harry Gant to get his first win at 1993. But there are 3 drivers looking for good omens as well. And John Curtin has more.
Jerry, of those 3 drivers that you can see on the front cover of this year's Mountain Dew Southern 500 program that the fans are buying in the stands, find a good omen today. It could be worth $100,000. The bonus, the consolation prize. Of course, the Winston Million, winning 3 of the Big 4. If you win 2 of the Big 4, you get $100,000. Dale Jarrett, of course, eligible by winning the Daytona 500. Dale Earnhardt winning the Coca-Cola 600. And Ernie Irvan by winning the Winston 500 at Talladega. Now, Bob mentioned that Ernie had changed teams. He moved over into the Robert Yates number 28 Ford, but the honor stays with the driver, so Ernie is eligible for the $100,000 bonus if he can come away with a win today. And Ned and Benny, this is what an awesome responsibility to have that pressure on these drivers' shoulders here at such a very, very tough racetrack.
Boy, John, you're right. What a tough racetrack it is. The surface, and they're just about worn out, nothing but stones. It's very porous. They wear the tires badly.
Well, the tires do wear out very quickly here because of the worn pavement, and to add to that, all the rain that we've had here today. Of course, they had some rubber buildup on Friday in practice and qualifying, and then in the Gatorade 200 yesterday, but all of that has been washed away. I think it's somewhat of a guessing game as to how you set the chassis up. It'll be interesting to see who hit it right as we go on this green track here this afternoon.
And tires, folks, we're talking about tires wearing out probably in 35, 40 laps, and it's not the tires. Don't get us wrong, it's just the surface is very, very porous. And next year, they're going to change the racetrack. They're going to put the stands on the back, and they got the competitors have to put up with this racetrack 2 more races in 1995. It will be completely resurfaced and changed, but they've got to put up with it for 3 more races.
Now, Goodyear mounted a lot of tires here for this race, didn't they? You did a little numerology on that.
1,900 tires they mounted, $272 a piece. I mean, 2,000 tires is $540,000 worth of tires, and you knock 100 off of that times $272, that's $27,000. $513,000 worth of tires they're going to use this afternoon.
Wow. Well, we're getting ready for it. It's going to be exciting here at Darlington.
And the pace car has its lights on. The cars have been fired. In just a few moments, the cars will go onto the racetrack for a couple of warm-up laps, and then we should get underway with the Mountain Dew Southern 500. Speed World coverage is being brought to you by Pontiac and your nearby Pontiac dealers who are driving excitement. By AC Delco Automotive Parts. AC Delco, it's like buying time. And by Smooth Busch Beer and Easy Drinking Busch Light. Busch, the official beer of NASCAR.
Recently, we invited Mazda, Acura, Porsche, all car companies to compare their sports cars with our new Firebird formula to see who can match our standard driver and passenger airbags, standard anti-lock brakes, and 275 horsepower engine, and do it for even twice the price of this new Firebird. No one could. No one. This is the new standard for sports car safety, performance, and value.
Done that. Did that. Been there. Tried that. Done it. Did it. Done it. Doing it tomorrow. Whoa! Never did it. You've never done nothing till you do diet do. Did it. Done it. Liked it. Loved it.
There's not a right or wrong answer with this, is there? You need some little gougons in here. You need some stuff, something. I mean, it's just flakes, darling. I'm afraid that people might get bored to tears. All right. It's fun. It is. It's got a, oomph. It does. It's got a crispiness. I like the simplicity of it.
Kellogg's Corn Flakes.
What's Kellogg's Corn Flakes?
Taste them again for the first time.
What a flake. Was my joke.
Most trackers can follow the trail only as long as the weather holds out. Unless it's a tracker spurred on with genuine AC spark plugs. AC plugs fire faster than lightning for performance so smooth, even the thunder claps. And that'll keep your engine on the trail to a longer life.
AC Delco. It's like buying time. Now through September 30th, save up to $11.60 on AC spark plugs and filters.
The cars are on the racetrack, and we will have one more to go, and then they will start counting the laps, but it will be under caution. They will not be racing until a few more laps, until the track is completely dried out. We are at Darlington International Raceway, the track too tough to tame. It's 1.366 miles in length. The pole speed was 161.2, time 30.495 seconds. We'll go 367 laps, and the field is separated by 10 miles per hour. Darlington Raceway is not a true oval. It's sharper in 1 and 2, and the turns in 1 and 2 are banked at 25 degrees. The backstretch is 1,228 feet in length. Turns 3 and 4 are banked 2 degrees less than 1 and 2 at 23 degrees. And then the front stretch is also 1,228 feet in length.
And not one easy foot on this racetrack all the way around.
Field moving through turn number 3 now. You can see at the top of the track, at least, we do have some gray showing, and the track is dry, but they're going to continue to dry the track and pit road before we get the green flag and racing. We will have a yellow and green condition as they come around this time.
I think that's exactly the problem we have right now is pit road where the cars were lined up in stage. That is very, very wet. NASCAR needs to get some of that water off before we can go. There we see them with the brush trying to get some of that water off before we can go green flag racing.
There is the green and the yellow. Say they'll now begin to count the 367 laps. And here is the AC Delco starting lineup for the 44th Mountain Dew Southern 500. The pole sitter is Ken Schrader from Fenton, Missouri in the Kodiak Chevrolet, car number 25, 161.259. Harry Gant from Taylorsville, North Carolina in the number 33 Skull Bandit Chevrolet is alongside. The second row, Bobby Labonte, the rookie from Corpus Christi, Texas in the Maxwell House Coffee Ford number 22. And then NASCAR's hottest, Batesville, Arkansas's Mark Martin in the Havoline Ford, car number 6. Derek Cope from Spanaway, Washington starts 5th in the Bojangles Ford number 98. And then Dale Earnhardt in the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet, car number 3. Bill Elliott starts 7th in the 11 Budweiser Ford. Bill is from Dawsonville, Georgia. And then Rockbridge, Baths, Virginia's Skoll Classic Ford driven by Rick Mass, car number 1. Sterling Marlin starts in 9th position in the Raybestos Brakes Ford, car number 8. And then Ernie Irvin in the number 28 Havoline Ford. Rusty Wallace goes 11th in the Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac number 2. Alongside him will be Brett Bodine in the car number 26 Quaker State Ford. 13th starting spot, Greg Sachs from Mattituck, New York in the Country Time Ford number 68. And then car number 12, the Meineke Muffler Ford driven by Berwick, Pennsylvania's Jimmy Spencer. Jeff Gordon starts 15th in the DuPont Auto Finishes Chevrolet, car number 24. Then Chesapeake, Virginia's Ricky Rudd in the Tide Chevrolet, car number 5. Factory Stores Ford number 75 belonging to Todd Bodine from Chemung, New York starts 17th. Alongside him will be Ted Musgrave from Franklin, Wisconsin in the number 55 Jasper Engines Ford. Bobby Hillen is next in the Heilig Myers Ford, car number 90. Terry Labonte starts in 20th position in the Kellogg Chevrolet number 14. The 21st starting position goes to car number 21. That's Morgan Shepherd in the Citgo Ford. He's from Conover, Pennsylvania. And then in the Morgan McClure number 4, the Kodak Film Chevrolet, it will be Jeff Purvis. Continuing on with the starting lineup, Michael Waltrip and Jimmy Hensley. Dale Jarrett is back in row number 14 along with Kyle Petty. 15th row belongs to Jeff Bodine and Wally Dallenbach. Kenny Wallace, the other rookie contender, and Bobby Hamilton go in the 16th row. In the 17th row for today's Mountain Dew Southern 500 is Dave Marcus and Phil Parsons. Rick Wilson and Mike Skinner in the 18th row. Mike will be driving car number 52. Bob Schacht and Brad Teague in the 19th row. Jimmy Means in number 53, along with H.B. Bailey in the 20th row, completing the 40-car starting lineup.
And Bob, the Grand Marshal for this event is Mark Abent, chairman of the Carolina Pepsi Bottlers Association, and the honorary starter, Tom Smith, president and CEO of Food Line Incorporated.
There's Bob Schacht, the number 85 car, the Burger King Ford. That car unable to start, and we understand it is a battery problem. So the Burger King, looks like they've got it going. So Bob Schacht starts off at a deficit here, but nevertheless will be able, it appears, to go out onto the racetrack and get in the race. Our in-car cameras are being carried today by Ricky Rudd in the Tide Chevrolet. Morgan Shepherd carries one for the Sitco Ford. And Mark Martin, going for 4 wins in a row in NASCAR Winston Cup competition, will also carry an in-car camera. He was victorious, as you saw earlier today and yesterday, in the Gatorade 200 Busch Grand National race here at Darlington yesterday. Back with more in a moment.
John, how you doing? You know, AutoZone customers are pretty special. I mean, they take great pains in doing a job just right. So they know exactly what they want. That's why we carry so many parts. And also why we price them so low every day of the week. Because you gotta admire a guy who'll tackle a job like putting in a starter, a water pump, a rack and pinion. And you gotta give a guy like that exactly what he wants. The right parts and the right price.
Remember those old dirt tracks, AJ? The dirt would just heat up the engines.
2 champions sharing a winning formula. Havoline Formula 3.
My favorite win was going to be in '69. I had to give it to you. You shouldn't have even made a half a lap.
Complete professionals who rely on the same complete protection you can buy right off the shelf. Havoline Formula 3 motor oil from Texaco.
Heck, I still feel if I can't win, I don't want nobody to win. I'll try to remember that, AJ. Do that.
So you want to know about football? I'll tell you with no time to waste. NFL Prime Monday is the place. 90 minutes of X's and O's from Theismann, James, Jaworski, and the rest of our pros. We've got roundtables with sports writers galore and Chris Mortensen with the story behind the score. We'll have live reports from the Monday night game and backstage with Julie Brown. She'll entertain. No matter who you are, no matter what you know, NFL Prime Monday. Back to your show.
NFL Prime Monday, tonight at 7:30 Eastern, only on ESPN.
We are back at Darlington, and here comes the real green flag. We are racing on lap number 6. Finally, the Mountain Dew Southern 500 is on in a 3-hour rain delay.
Here again, get a little racy. Went on the outside of Mark Martin, made the pass.
Still Schrader the leader. Here's a battle between Sterling Marlin, also Rusty Wallace, and look at Jimmy Spencer move up.
Ooh, 3 abreast won't work in these corners, guys. Rusty Wallace knows that. He backed out. Says it's too early in the race to be taking chances like that.
68, of course, is Greg Sachs. Here's Ernie Irvin moving up in the Havoline car.
And here comes Brett Bodine and Earnhardt trying to take over second place.
Schrader continues to lead. It's Gant second, then Earnhardt, Martin. As we jump inside the car driven by Mark Martin. Earnhardt will go to second.
On the inside of Harry Gant. Now Mark Martin wants to follow. Now Harry Gant this time has to back off, doesn't he, Ned?
You would think so. And he does, Martin. Runs on up in there. Here comes Rick Mask by. Rick was awfully fast in practice yesterday. Felt good about his chances coming into this race. The Stoll Classic Ford #1.
Gant from second to fifth here in one lap.
That's the problem when you back off the gas just a little bit, give someone a break. 3 or 4 more guys take advantage of that break.
Now Gant tries to reel in Rick Mast again for fourth spot. Coming back there in sixth is Bobby Labonte. Then Brett Bodine, Ernie Irvin, Derek Cope, Bill Elliott, and Morgan Shepherd makes it 3 wide into 1.
Goes around Jeff Gordon. Then they get in single file very quickly.
Same time, Rusty Wallace passed Jimmy Spencer as Mike came up in the car. And John Kernan, what's wrong with Rusty Wallace?
Well, they're having a problem on the radio. Rusty cannot talk to his crew, but he can hear them. So Buddy Parrott, the wily veteran crew chief that he is, says, hey, we'll just use hand signals when you come by the pits. If the car is loose, stick your hand out and touch the roof. If the car is tight, stick your hand out and touch the door. So they're going to use hand signals using the door and the roof so Rusty can communicate. And then if they do get a caution period, they'll check and see if it's something simple, if they can get it fixed.
Just like they did back in the old days, huh, Ned? Back in '65 when you won? Was that what you were doing?
Yeah, it was hand signals all the way. Here's the Jeff Purvis car, the former car of Ernie Irvin. Kyle Petty just passed Purvis the last time around. Now Dale Jarrett trying to move around him. But Purvis hanging right in there.
That's Jimmy Hensley in the white #7.
I asked Jeff Purvis if he wasn't a little bit nervous about taking over the ride here at Darlington, such a tough racetrack. He said, certainly I am. I would love to go to Daytona, Talladega, but what was I going to do, tell him no?
No way. There's Morgan Shepherd, Jimmy Spencer. And here's a change of leadership as Dale Earnhardt slides to the inside of Ken Schrader in turn 4, and Earnhardt leads.
5 bonus points he's picked up here. That's what he was after. One thing that he was after. The next thing he'll be after as far as bonus points is concerned is to lead the most laps.
Tires could be a problem here this afternoon because of this porous surface at Darlington. Here's Jerry Punch.
And the strategy would have been to come in about lap 38 or 40 to change tires. That was prior to the rain. The rain washed all the rubber off the racetrack, and now it's going to be anybody's guess how long they can run. The coach said, look, we'll wait until the driver starts yelling and it's getting too slick out there. And when the first guy comes in, it's going to be following the leader because he cannot afford to stay out there on used tires and somebody else gets more pressure. Back up there.
Battles all over the racetrack. Here is Greg Sachs and Ricky Rudd involved in a duel. Now we're looking back on Rusty Wallace and Morgan Shepherd.
This is the rear bumper of Greg Sachs' car. There we see Sachs looking back in Ricky Rudd's car. I guess we're looking back in Rudd's car instead of Greg Sachs. And here goes Mark Martin. He takes over second spot.
Martin dropped back a little bit there on the first lap, but now beginning to pick up the pace as he settles in and feels how that Ford is working today. Looks like it's working okay.
And remember, last September, Ned, last Labor Day, Mark Martin's #6 car was clearly the fastest car here, but he had to pit on the backstretch. He would go to the front, have to make a pit stop, and go to the back. And the race was delayed by rain, or actually was postponed by rain, shortened by rain. Darrell Walton ended up winning, but Mark Martin's 6 car was the class of the field.
Martin running in second spot. Pole sitter Ken Schrader going for $7,600 in Unocal bonus money is in third.
Guys, this is the 16th race this year that Dale Earnhardt has led at least 1 lap in the 22 races.
Not a bad record.
A lot of bonus points.
Yeah, for a guy who had such a nightmare season last year.
Jerry Punch has a story on tires, I believe, down in the pits, right, Jerry?
Right, Betty. With the concern over tire wear, NASCAR in a move for safety, that's their primary concern is safety. They're going to put a caution flag out at 25 laps and let the drivers come down pit road and change tires. Now, a pit stop is not mandatory. I would think everyone would take advantage of it, but it is not a mandatory pit stop for that first safety caution flag coming out at lap 25.
Napa Field summary showing where your driver or favorite driver was last lap. We might mention that the 85 car of Bob Shack that was unable to start was not able to get onto the racetrack because he did not make the pace lap, and therefore the 85 car not eligible to run. inside.
Looks like the Sachs car, the car number 68, the Country Time car, is sliding up the track a little bit. There he goes up, and here comes Jeff Gordon right under him. No problem in moving around.
And Rusty Wallace, meanwhile, working on Morgan Shepherd.
Taking a look underneath Morgan, can't make the pass.
This is the battle for 14th spot.
Jeff Gordon, look how quickly he closed up on the back of Rusty Wallace. I'll tell you what, the DuPont car, remember in the spring how well he was running? He was involved in that crash going down to turn one.
Got it working well again here in the Southern 500. But no change of position right now as Morgan Shepherd continues to hold on to 14th, and then Wallace and then Gordon. Jeff now looks to the inside of Rusty. You saw him waving to the pit crew.
Well, was he beating on the roof or was he beating on the door?
I don't think he was doing either one, to be honest. Gordon running right alongside Rusty as they come off the second corner down the backstretch. Todd Bodine there right behind him. Now behind Wallace. Jeff makes the pass.
Todd backed off, let Rusty get everything under control. Did not want to go in there and take any kind of chance. Next year at this time, Todd Bodine would have followed Jeff Gordon in that move.
21 laps completed. 367 is the length of the Mountain Dew Southern 500 from Darlington. We'll be back with more of our live coverage in just a moment. Dale Earnhardt leads right now.
Being a fan is tough when your team isn't the home team, especially when I try to find coverage of my favorite team in the local paper. I'm lucky if there's even a box score. Well, if you're like me, you'll be happy to know there's one publication that'll make you feel right at home. The Sporting News. You'll love the Sporting News no matter what team you love, even if it is the home team.
Call this number now and get 4 issues of the Sporting News free. You'll get opinions and strategies, transactions, trade rumors, injury reports, and the lowdown on the minors. Plus football, basketball, and hockey all year long. Call now and you'll get 4 free issues. If you like them, you'll get 24 more issues at this great TV price. If not, just mark the bill, cancel, and owe nothing. The 4 issues are yours to keep.
So call now for the Sporting News, the publication that treats every team like the home team.
Call now and get 4 great issues of the Sporting News free. Call 1-800-258-2999 now.
Da-da-dun, da-da-dun.
ESPN Speed World bringing you live coverage of the Mountain Dew Southern 500 from Darlington. We're only 24 laps into this race. It was delayed 3 hours by rain. The leader there on the left is Dale Earnhardt. Then comes Mark Martin. The best battle on the track is for 3rd position. Ken Schrader holds it right now, but Rick Mast in the number 1 is closing in.
He has moved up on the last several laps, Bob. Rick's car seems to be working very well today. Schrader's car sliding just a little bit in the turns.
There's Brett Bodine. He's moving up.
There you see the interval among the first 5, I should say. Mark Martin a little over a second behind. Ken Schrader about 2 seconds behind. And then Mast 2.5 behind. And Brett Bodine comes up to challenge Rick Mast.
Started 12th and Brett Bodine now running 5th. So got the Quaker State Ford running well.
Here are 5 cars running together. Rusty Wallace a little loose coming out of the corner with the 21 car of Morgan Shepherd. Now we saw Rusty make a hand signal to the pits a few laps ago. John, what was he telling him?
Basically, he was acknowledging the fact that he was able to understand what Buddy Carrot had just told him. Buddy had said, we'll be pitting when the mandatory caution comes out in about 5 laps. And Rusty went by and just waved his hand and say, yeah, I heard you. Everything's okay.
All right, and Rusty is moving up as he goes to the inside of the 98 car driven by Derek Cope. And he goes into 13th.
And Derek Cope in the Bojangles car started 5th, so his car not to his liking today. Boy, a lot of these guys are going to be looking forward to that first caution flag and that first pit stop to start making some adjustments.
Todd Bodine now begins to challenge.
And look here, it's a challenge
yeah.
also. Mark Martin about to take the lead from Dale Earnhardt.
And at the end of the backstretch, he has the preferred line, and Mark Martin gets the lead from Dale Earnhardt, and he too wants those 5 bonus points for leading a lap. Here he comes off the 4th corner, and he looks like he's going to lead. Lap number 28, he does.
I don't think Earnhardt wanted him to get those bonus points. It looked like that he would rather get Mark Martin back there, but there's no point in racing that hard at this stage of the race because we've got 340 laps to go before we will decide who wins this thing.
Mark Martin's super speedway record, 14 races at 93, 1 win, 6 top 5s. The win coming at Michigan.
Now, Brett Bodine has passed Rick Mast. We were talking about him a little bit ago. Brett Bodine has passed him and has caught Ken Schrader. Schrader running in 3rd. But Brett Bodine wants to take it away. He looks inside, but decides now's not the time to do it. Gonna wait a little bit.
The 26 car was in the news this week. They signed a deal with Larry Wallace, an engine builder in Charlotte, North Carolina, to supply engines for that car. And the caution flag is out.
The caution is out for, we presume, the mandatory pit stop. We don't see anybody in trouble. So this is undoubtedly for the pit stop that is being allowed these teams if they want it.
But to follow up on that, that is an Ernie Elliott engine in that 26 car. He will supply engines until the end of September.
First caution of the afternoon. Comes out on the 31st lap. Actually, this is the 2nd caution since we actually started the race under caution because of the track conditions. Mark Martin, the Valvoline Ford, is leading with Earnhardt 2nd, and now they will be coming in to have those tires checked.
And pit road is not completely dry, so that pit road speed of 55, 60 miles an hour is going to be very, very important. We can see the water there. These tires do not have tread. If they hit the water, it's like being on ice.
You can see the puddles that still exist there on pit road.
And every car that's pitted on the front, it looks like, is coming in to change tires.
Yeah, we will mention that the pits here are split. There are some on the front stretch and some on the back stretch. John Kernan is with Dale Earnhardt.
Dale Earnhardt had complained that the car was just a little bit loose, so they'll adjust the air pressure to try and tighten it up with these Goodyear radials. Tires coming off to smoking. Looking at the wear indicators, they don't look too bad. The right front tire did not look too bad, but the left side will be the telltale story here. Earnhardt with 4 on. Now let's go to Jerry Punch and Mark Martin's pit.
And they've already changed right side tires. They look to be in good shape. Left side tires going on. Mark Martin, Valvoline Ford down off of Jackson away. He'll be the first car back out as Earnhardt will follow him. And then comes Ernie Irvin and the Quaker State car of Brett Bodine. So quick service here in the pits. Everyone getting 4 tires. Harry Gant, Rusty Wallace, Bill Elliott, Sterling Marlin and company all headed back to turn 1.
Here you see the back pits, which are now becoming or are in a very busy mode. Kyle Petty moving out, so is Dale Jarrett.
Both of those cars are already on the move, Bob. They have moved up into the top 20 from their starting positions of 27th and 28th.
And Jeff Bodine also moving back out onto the racetrack. We're under caution here at the Mountain Dew Southern 500 at Darlington Raceway in South Carolina. We'll be right back.
Introducing Gillette Clear Gel Antiperspirant. A clear, clean, powerful gel. It goes on smoothly with no white residue to form an invisible barrier of protection. New Gillette Clear Gel Antiperspirant.
Americans have always had a love affair with their cars.
Do you love? Who do you love? Yeah, who do you love?
And when it comes to plugs and filters, we guarantee to keep that spark going for a long, long time.
what can you do with Havoline synthetic motor oil? Well, the Ford Rough Rider racing team uses it to run and play and splash and fly and win. It's their official motor oil. But you don't have to drive like this to use it. You can drive like this if you want to. Either way, you add more life to your car. And if you don't have a car, well, you can win a truck. We're giving away this Ford Bronco and this Ford Ranger in our big sweepstakes. Get entry forms at participating locations where Havoline synthetic is sold. And if you buy some, you can get this $6 rebate. So go now. With Havoline synthetic, everybody wins.
Here's a sport to try. Gillette Sensor has a sporty new look. Sensor Sport. Because it's not whether you win or lose. It's how you look playing the game.
Our pit summary will show you there were a couple of losers in that exchange. Mark Martin and Dale Earnhardt stayed the same. Ken Schrader lost 3 positions. Brett Bodine stayed the same. And Rick Mast also lost 3.
And it has taken a little bit of time to get squared away. Those that were pitting on the backstretch, some of them, Kyle Petty made an awfully good pit stop, gained a lot of position. We've talked about disadvantage pitting on the backstretch. Kyle Petty has come out in 5th position. He was running about 18th when he went in. Dale Jarrett went in running 20th, and he's in 8th position now.
We're trying every year and every week, as a matter of fact, to bring you the best coverage of auto racing here on ESPN, and there is our latest technique. That's a remote-controlled camera that this week is located on the outside of the second turn wall. And we'll be panning that camera, allowing you to see it. Here it is right now. We'll be panning it and allowing you to see the cars come through corner number 2 and then onto the back stretch. No cameraman could go there and be safe, and that's why it is remote-controlled.
How far away is he remote controlling that camera is what I want to know.
Far enough.
Okay.
Green about to come out on lap 37. It's Mark Martin up front with Dale Earnhardt and Ernie Irvan.
And that's the question, is how well has Ernie Irvan adjusted this 28 car? Can he keep up with these cars in a very unfamiliar car? We'll find out right now.
The rain delay certainly did not affect the crowd. They are here. They are enjoying the early stages of the Mountain Dew Southern 500.
Started about 25 laps ago. Dale Earnhardt ran awfully well on those fresh tires. It looks like he's going to do the same thing again.
He moves by Mark Martin with ease in turn number 4, and Dale Earnhardt has gone back to the front, and now Ernie Irvan challenges Martin for second in turn 1.
Martin's car, I believe, is pushing a little bit tight with new tires on it. After the run a few laps, that should pick up and put him in good shape.
Good battle for 3rd position here as Brett Bodine also would like to get ahead of Mark Martin, but cannot do so. Bodine in the Quaker State Ford remains in 4th, and no, we are not making a mistake. That is not Lake Speed in the 28 car that is running in 2nd position ahead of Mark Martin and Brett Bodine. It is Ernie Irvan. And Jerry Punch has more on Mark Martin's position in 3rd.
Ed, you were exactly right about Martin. He does have a bit of a push. Remember the beginning of the race, Martin's car faded for about 5 or 6, 7 laps and then began to come in. Steve Mills said it's going to take our car about 5 to 10 laps to come in, get the tires set, and then we're going to come on. So right now he's losing a little ground, but 5 laps from now, he hopes to make it up.
And the telemetry will show you the top speed here at the end of the front stretch. Well, got up to what, 177 or something like that?
179 miles an hour as he goes down in turn 1. Now, he should be a little bit faster down in turn 1 than the backstretch. Let's see, 179, that's the speed we're looking for. 172 down the front stretch. 7 miles an hour difference. And we'll see that speed drop off as they put laps on these tires.
And here is Ernie Irvan wanting to lead his first lap in that Robert Gates Ford.
Looks like we've answered the question, huh, Ned?
Yeah, looks like he adjusted pretty well. Yeah.
Dale Jarrett trying to pass Ricky Rudd.
Ken Schrader just went by Rudd in turns 1 and 2. Now Jarrett moves around and coming off of turn 4.
And that's for 8th position. Irvin made a bid there in turn 2, but couldn't get the job done.
Let's see if Ernie can get a run coming off turn 4. Can he flat put it through this corner, get a run on Earnhardt, and pass him down the front straightaway? That might be a strategy. Yep. Looks like if he was trying to do that, he got a little bit too far behind, because he did close up on Dale Earnhardt as he went down in turn 1.
Third and fourth, Mark Martin and Brett Bodine. Kyle Petty running in 5th. He is pitting on the backstretch, as Ned told you. Now here's this 6 cars running together. Jeff Gordon, Rick Mast, Darrell Waltrip, Rusty Wallace, Bobby Labonte, and Harry Gant.
As we watch this battle, there's Gant coming down on the inside of Bobby Labonte, taking away a position. You mentioned Kyle Petty pitting on the backstretch as Rick Mast now makes a move on Darrell Waltrip. Jeff Bodine is pitted back there, and he is running in 6th position right now. So Bodine had a good pit stop as well in the photograph for him.
Harry Gant passes Darrell Waltrip, and Gant has a good run going, John Kernan.
Harry Gant's car was very, very loose. They made some chassis adjustments and tightened it up, and it was also running very, very cool. Water temperature of only 175 degrees, so they had to put some more tape. Leo Jackson had to put a big strip of tape on that front grill for Harry Gant. Right now, the car is running about where they want it, but they will have to make some more adjustments to that race car. Still just a little bit tight.
There's Gant working the top side of the racetrack as Irvin continues to hound Dale Earnhardt, but so far Ernie has not been able to lead a lap.
Took a look as he came off turn 2, tried to pull on the inside of Earnhardt, couldn't make it work.
Got a good run going here. Let's see if he can in turn 1. Yes. Irvin last led at Michigan on the 15th of August. This is the 13th race where he has led at least 1 lap.
But Earnhardt's coming back.
Now, who's going to outbrave the other one going into this turn? Irvin backs off. Let's Earnhardt go. Now let's see if he'll slip up under and pull an Earnhardt trick here. He's going to try.
He's trying it.
The crowd is loving it. Here they come off of turn 4. And now it's a 4-car race.
Yeah, it has allowed Mark Martin and Brett Bodine to catch up while they were racing side by side.
It's Earnhardt, Irvin, Mark Martin, Brett Bodine, and Kyle Petty, and the 17 car of Darrell Waltrip continues to lose positions. He is back to 20th at the moment. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.
Sports Illustrated gets you ready for NFL football in this exciting new video, Inside Football 93. Free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated. The best way to get inside the action for over 24 million readers. Call this number now and get the best of last season, plus Sports Illustrated's views on the next champion.
I like San Francisco to beat Dallas in one of the greatest championship games.
Plus, you'll get a second video free with your paid subscription. The NFL Video Yearbook of your favorite team. Pick any one of the 28 teams and get their best from 92 and a preview of 93. Free from Sports Illustrated. Get 2 free videos, Inside Football and the team video of your choice, plus 54 issues of Sports Illustrated, including the 2 big football previews for only $1.39 an issue. Save over 52% off the cover price. For quicker delivery, use your credit card. Every week, Sports Illustrated makes sure you really get in the game. Nobody's into sports like Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
IndyCar Thrills, Sunday on ESPN. ESPN's racing team brings you so close you can feel the speed, sense the danger, hear the excitement. 3 races left and the championship is still up for grabs. Nigel Mansell has a slim lead, but Emerson Fittipaldi and Paul Tracy are hot on his trail. Watch the Pioneer Electronics 200, Sunday afternoon at 1 Eastern, live on ESPN.
Bob Jenkins, Ned Jarrett, Benny Parsons, John Kernan, Dr. Jerry Punch back at Darlington Raceway in South Carolina. The Mountain Dew 500 is 50 laps completed. And it's Dale Earnhardt leading Ernie Irvin, Mark Martin, Brett Bodine, and Kyle Petty. And we might mention, here is Rusty Wallace passing the 24 car of Jeff Gordon, and that is for 11th position. Mark mentioned that Dick Trickle has once again gone into a substitute, a relief driver role for Kenny Wallace.
And Kenny Wallace said this would be the last race that they would ask him to step aside for a relief driver. Starting with Richmond next week, he will complete the entire race.
And Madison's Jeff Gordon. Here's Bobby Labonte now coming up on the back end of the DuPont Chevrolet.
Ooh, Dale Jarrett just slowed all of a sudden there. I don't know if he slipped or what happened, but he was up there battling with Jeff Bodine, and all of a sudden he just slipped a little bit.
Rick Mast passes him. Ricky Rudd closes in. We look from Rudd's perspective.
I don't see any smoke or anything there.
I think he might have just gotten a little bit high coming off the turn 2 and lost a lot of time.
Looking to the inside at least from the front stretch, but not attempting the pass of Dale Jarrett at the moment. Dale, one of 3 drivers eligible for the $100,000 RJR bonus. The other 2 are Dale Earnhardt and Ernie Irvan.
And they're both in front of him, running first and second.
And here's the interval from that position to the battle up front. And once again, Ernie Irvan tries to take the lead from Dale Earnhardt. He does at this point. Now, he did not, I don't believe he led at the line, which is where you need to lead to get the 5 bonus points. So Irvan has not yet picked up 5 bonus points. Here's Rusty passing Ricky Rudd.
He's going down the back straightaway about halfway. Going in turn 3 now. And we see Harry Gant going by Ricky Rudd.
Rusty's now 10th, Gant 11th, Rudd 12th.
Look at Harry Gant use all that apron down in turn 4. Used to, that was strictly taboo. No one did that. But anymore, we've seen a lot of cars driving real low coming off turn 4.
Bobby Labonte is hanging in there after an excellent qualifying position that had him starting 3rd, and one of his rookie nemesis. There he is, Jeff Gordon, looking back on Jeff. Jeff leads the rookie points. This is from Ricky Rudd's car, looking back on both now, Gordon and Labonte.
Bobby Labonte closes up on the back of Jeff Gordon. And you know, if these guys were racing for 25th, I don't know what position they're racing for, but if they were racing for 25th, it would be a pretty good race between these 2 guys.
They're racing for 13th as it is, Benny.
Here's another rookie on your right-hand your screen. That is Todd Bodine. This is his, 3rd race in the Factory Stores of America car.
Having a good run here today.
Sure is.
Sterling Martin. Sterling Martin in the blue car right in front of him. Is that Michael Walker awfully high up there in front of them?
Yeah, yes, with Bobby Hillin, I believe in it.
Yeah. The Pennzoil Pontiac, the number 30 car. Bobby Hillin in the Highland Myers Ford number 90.
Here's a battle for 3rd position. Brett Bodine all over Mark Martin. As up front, it is still Earnhardt and Irvan. Then a little bit of racetrack back to this 3rd and 4th.
Here comes Ernie on the inside taking a look. Now couldn't make the pass.
Another Napa field summary.
If we follow these cars through 1 and 2, you'll see all 3 of these Fords, Ernie Irvan, Mark Martin, and Brett Bodine running almost the same line. And Dale Earnhardt running about a lane higher up in the corner. Watch as he go down the corner. Earnhardt's going to go right up to the wall, and Ernie's going to run in the middle of the racetrack. Also, Mark Martin and Brett Bodine are running in the same place that Ernie is running.
Remember when Earnhardt won the Trans-South 500 back here in the spring? As Ernie takes a look on the inside, he's going to make the pass. Now, will he slide up and Earnhardt dip back under him?
Yep.
I sure did. You know it's going to come. And he was riding high that day, Earnhardt was, when he won the Trans-South 500. He's got him a groove up there that works for him.
So Irvan has led at times during a lap, but he's never led at the line.
He's led, but he hasn't led. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Here he
comes alongside Earnhardt again on the backstretch.
Yeah, but Earnhardt do that same thing when he get up there to turn 3. Watch Earnhardt back off right there. Go in there, then Earnhardt drive right under him.
But meanwhile, Martin and Bodine have both caught Irvin and Earnhardt.
Hey, the fans are going wild here. They're loving it.
They love it.
And here goes Ernie's going to try it down the front straightaway this time.
They have him.
Well, Earnhardt up there in his patented groove, though, hangs on.
Tenacious competitor, Dale Earnhardt.
Another same situation. Here we go. Ernie, you got to back off a little bit. When Earnhardt backs off right here, you got to back off too.
Now Brett Bodine slips into third under Mark Martin. And up front, same thing is happening. There goes Earnhardt.
Oh, here comes Ernie. Back again. This is wonderful.
Yeah, it's good. And Brett Bodine is the silent partner of this battle.
I think Dale Earnhardt looked up in his mirror and said, uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, that's a little nudge to say, Ernie, you didn't give me any room.
A little love tap.
Now, is Earnhardt going back to... No. He did go back to third. I thought he was going back to fourth place in this deal. I think Ernie Irvin is going to lead a lap.
He's going to get those 5 points, yes.
Now, 179 he ran just a couple of laps ago. Let's see what he can run down the straightaway now.
Remember, he's in heavy traffic here. 70 was the top end before backing off and challenging Earnhardt for third. Side by side through the second corner, Mark Martin passes Dale Earnhardt.
I think that Earnhardt waved him by because I saw Mark Martin make a motion down the front straightaway to acknowledge some signal from Dale Earnhardt. And I would guess that Earnhardt said, go right ahead.
And guys, there's a car coming up behind these four right here. See that white car there? Ken Schrader just went around Kyle Petty. He is gaining on that foursome up front.
So Schrader moves to fifth, and Kyle Petty is in sixth position as 63 laps out of 367 have been completed, and Ken Schrader's car now appears to be one of the fastest on the racetrack. He's taken over fifth and has his sights set on fourth place running Dale Earnhardt. Good crowd remains on hand despite the fact that we had heavy rain here from about 9:15 until about 3. We are only 63 laps into this race, and we'll have more right after these messages.
When Darrell Waltrip's at work, a tire problem could ruin his day.
Like you, I need the right tires at the right price. At Western Auto, we guarantee it. Western Auto's wide assortment of tires are at unbeatable low prices, and you can always count on Western Auto for mounting, balancing, and alignment 7 days a week.
Western Auto installs your tires fast with their 58-minute tire installation guarantee, mounted in 58 minutes or less.
The right tires, the right price. At Western Auto, we guarantee it.
Right, DW.
Scaled it, jumped it, skied it, surfed it. Rode it, dove it, flew it, crashed it. Never slammed it, never guzzled it.
You've never done nothing till you do Diet Do.
Did it, dug it, savored it, relished it.
Hey, man, let's do this again.
Remember those old dirt tracks, AJ? The dirt would just heat up the engines.
Two champions sharing a winning formula. Havoline Formula 3.
My favorite win was going to be in '69. I had to give it to you. You shouldn't have even made a half a lap.
Complete professionals who rely on the same complete protection you can buy right off the shelf. Havoline Formula 3 motor oil from Texaco.
Heck, I still feel if I can't win, I don't want nobody to win. I'll try to remember that, AJ. Do that.
We move ahead now in our coverage of the NASCAR Winston Cup Mountain Dew Southern 500, a Labor Day weekend tradition from Darlington Raceway in South Carolina. Welcome back to live ESPN Speed World coverage of the Mountain Dew Southern 500 from Darlington. The Havoline Ford, car number 28, driven now by Ernie Irvin, has the lead. We're expecting pit stops while we were away in break. Rusty Wallace came off the racetrack from 9th position and made a stop.
And it was four new tires, Goodyear tires, and some Unical gasoline. And here's the Greg Sachs Country Time Ford in for pit stop.
Pit road is still just a little bit wet in spots. You saw him slide the car into the pit stall. And here is the pole sitter, Ken Schrader, also coming down for a stop.
And we can see the Family Channel Ford going by. That's Jimmy Hensley. And John Kernan is down in the 25-car pit, John.
It'll be a 4-tire change for Ken Schrader. He's been one of the drivers who has complained about the car being just a little tight as he throws that cool cup of water out the window with a drink. Kenny had told me earlier during the rain delay he felt pretty confident about this race. In fact, you know how he races all over the country? They've got 4 tires and down away. How he races all over the country. Well, this week he actually has a week off until they get to Richmond.
That's amazing. The Family Channel 4, driven by Jimmy Hensley, has completed the pit stop, and he goes back on the track. And now Kyle Petty comes in the middle yellow Pontiac. Remember, he's on the backstretch.
Yeah, his car had really started slipping and sliding, Bob. He was losing a good bit of speed on the racetrack, so they decided to better come in and get some tires on that car. We see that Rick Wilson is in as well. And here comes Brett Bodine into the pits, and Jimmy Spencer in the Meineke Muffler car. Here's Brett Bodine in the green car.
Keeping it under 55 miles an hour, bringing it down pit road. Brett finds his pits. Here they are, and Jerry Punch is there to report.
Scheduled pit stop for Donnie Richardson and the Quaker State team. They will change right side and left side tires, expecting to see the 6 car and the 28 car come around the next 2 laps and make an entry on the pit road. Lots of rubber in the grill in the front of the Quaker State Ford Thunderbird. They got left side tires going. And now the Havoline Texaco team jump on the wall, expecting to see Ernie Irvin come down this time.
It'll be a 4-tire change for Dale Earnhardt. They're also going to try and tighten up Mark Martin on the top. Dale Earnhardt on the bottom of your screen. He's also taken a bit of tape off of the front grill. Andy Petrie and the crew swing around to the left side. Mark Martin and crew also likewise coming around to the left side. Earnhardt waiting. They drop the jack. He is down and away. Running down pit road. Mark Martin's crew is just finishing up. Mark's still on pit road. He's off the jack now. 4-tire change. Ernie Irvin is headed down to Jerry Punch.
Here comes our leader, Ernie Irvin, bringing it in for his first scheduled stop under green. They will change all 4 tires, add full of fuel. Larry McReynolds told me they will make no adjustment whatsoever on the car. It's not loose, it's not tight. Ernie likes the car exactly the way it is, but obviously running awfully well. Left side tires going on. Joey Knuckles left front. Left rear, left up in. Norman close an issue. As it full of fuel, he is down and away.
Irvin takes the Havoline Ford off of pit road. Meanwhile, Todd Bodine and Ricky Rudd are in. Rudd is out already. The top of your screen is a and there's a collision on pit road as Gant and Rudd come together.
And Gant was not able to get into his pit straight. Let's go to the pits and John Kernan.
Well, they are making Harry back up because he was over the line, and you should see the sheet metal damage on the left front where Ricky Rudd collided right in front of the driver's compartment. There will be sheet metal. Yeah, they're going to have to pull the sheet metal back from the left front fender. Had to wait for them to drop the jack. The left side's now going on. What a tough break for Harry Gant in this car, one of his favorite cars. They will pull back that sheet metal, and now they finally are down and away. But what a tough break for Harry Gant. They're going to have to watch that because it looks to me like it's still going to be rubbing.
Got quite a bit of damage there on the left side, and let's see how it happened. Now that's Gant coming down in the 33 car. Here comes Rudd out of the pits, and boom.
Wow.
Rudd,
hey, what? Didn't do Ricky Rudd's car much good either, I'll tell you.
Here it is a little closer. There's the contact.
I would be surprised if it did knock the toe in out on the 5 car.
Jeff Gordon is the leader, Bob.
He is not pitted, so Jeff Gordon has picked up 5 bonus points.
But I'll tell you, he's losing a lot of time. He's losing over a second a lap to those that have already come in and made their pit stops.
It would be wise if Jeff Gordon brought the car in as soon as possible, but he does lead right now with 96 of the 367 laps completed. Ted Musgrave is running second, followed by Dave Marcus, Greg Sachs, and Brett Bodine.
A safari rarely lasts longer than a few weeks, unless it's a safari maintained with genuine AC oil filters. Because over hill, dale, and waddy, no other filter can track down, trap, and capture more dirt. So, AC oil filters keep your engine in the hunt for a longer life.
AC Delco. It's like buying time. Now through September 30th, save up to $11.60 on AC spark plugs and filters.
Hey, you know what it takes to get ahead. Performance. You know what it takes to stay on track. Control. You know what it takes to lead the way. So do we. The Grand Am Sport Coupe. V6 performance. The control of anti-lock brakes.
We're watching driver Hut Strickland test the McDonald's car. Hey guys, what keeps Hut going?
McDonald's coffee, Jack. Hut loves the stuff.
McDonald's coffee, really?
Yep. Hut loves those sausage biscuits, too. What? He says they're only 79 cents.
Hey, he's pulling off.
Yeah, he's out of coffee.
What you want is what you
You want a sausage biscuit or anything?
at McDonald's today.
NASCAR Winston Cup racing on a Sunday afternoon, headed into evening. The Mountain Dew Southern 500. Mark Martin has just passed for second position.
That's right. That wasn't for the lead, folks. We went to break. The 28 car was leading. No more. He's running third. Dale Earnhardt's leading this baby right now.
There's Earnhardt to the left. And once again, Todd Bodine is running strong right behind Ernie Irvan, but he is a lap down.
Bobby Hillin, he's pulled up on the back of Todd Bodine. Now, Hillin was in the pits with an overheating problem. He changed tires, so his car is much faster than the competition. He should be able to pass all these cars with ease.
Bobby was running pretty well before he had to make that pit stop. He was running up there in the lead lap before then. See, he goes around Ernie Irvan there, as you say, with ease, Benny, with those new tires on.
He's in 34th position. Here's Harry Gant, not being bothered a whole lot by the damage that his car sustained on pit road in a collision with Ricky Rudd. He passes the 7 car of Jimmy Hensley. Harry Gant is 8th. Yeah, and Hensley's a lap down.
In 20th.
The damage on that car is on the left side. We'll see it as he goes into the corner.
Jeff Bodine in the Motorcraft car. There was some speculation that Jeff Bodine would go to the 7 car this week, and Lake Speed would drive this car. That's the 7th place car as we're seeing him now. But Jeff Bodine says that's Ford Motor Company's car. Motorcraft sponsors this car, and he hired on to drive that car, and as far as he's concerned, he'll be there the rest of the year.
Bud Lake has signed an agreement with Bud Moore to put him in the car in '94. There's Rusty Wallace in car number 2, the Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac in 6th.
They're 6th, 7th, and 8th. Looks like he's handling a little bit better than it was before. All right, here Mark Martin has called Earnhardt. This is for the lead. He took a look on the coming off the second corner, didn't quite get up alongside, so he backed off, fell in behind Dale Earnhardt. Boy, this 6 car has been on a roll for the last month.
Won every race during the month of August and trying to extend the win streak into the month of September.
16 cars on the lead lap now. Jeff Gordon is running in 16th position.
We're still a little behind the race record at this moment. The average speed of the race is a little over 132 miles an hour, and the record is 135.4. Here's Jerry Punch.
Steve Meal told me that their strength today in the Havoline Ford would be a long green flag run. He said their car is so easy on tires here at Darlington. That's going to be their ace in the hole. The longer they run to the green flag, the better their car is going to get, or basically going to stay consistent. Everyone else is going to be slowing down, and you now begin to see Mark creep a little closer and closer to Dale Earnhardt.
Mark Martin still pounding on the back bumper of Dale Earnhardt. Earnhardt has won on this racetrack 8 times. Mark has never, and contact between Harry Gant and Jeff Bodine. They had quite a trading of paint there, didn't they?
They really did, as Gant continues to march towards the front. in the Skoll Oldsmobile. Already gained on the left side. Now he's got some brushes on the right side because he and Bodine did win pretty good.
Here's Mark trying to take the lead from Dale Earnhardt. He pulls a half car length ahead at the end of the backstretch.
Man, did he get a good grip off that corner. Took the lead. Now is Earnhardt going to come back? He's going to try.
I don't think so.
He's going to try, Bob.
Mark wiggled a little bit, and that was enough for Earnhardt to get underneath him.
I think Mark tried to slow down going into that turn so he wouldn't slide up.
Yep.
But Earnhardt built up a little momentum and just drove under there anyway.
And Ernie Irvin is right behind Mark Martin. They passed Dick Trickle driving the 40 car.
That was the 17 car.
Oh, was it? Yeah, right. Waltrip is struggling.
He is struggling. Looks like he's running on 7 cylinders to me.
He has already dropped back to 34th position, being shown 2 laps behind the leaders. The winner last year, Darrell Waltrip, Western Auto Chevrolet.
And now once again, Jeff Purvis is about to be lapped. Here is Wallace and Gant.
Harry Gant has got by Jeff Bodine, the Motorcraft car. Now he's caught up with the Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac, trying to get by Rusty Wallace. And watch how low Rusty ran through that corner, and high Harry ran. That's terrible. Harry ran.
You gotta stop buying those dentures at Kmart. I tell you. Kmart's a great place, but you don't buy dentures there.
Okay, Harry Gant went by anyway, and he's still running high.
And he is now in 6th place. And he came out running about 12 to 13 after the brown and green flag pit stops.
Battle-scarred 33 Skoll Bandit of Harry Gant. Here's the interval from Gant back to the lead group of cars.
He's missed them.
There they are. Earnhardt and Martin, 1st and 2nd. 127 laps out of 367 completed. Skies are brightening. It's going to be a beautiful evening in Darlington, South Carolina after a morning and early afternoon of rain that's delayed this Southern 500.
Splitfire earned a United States patent. Splitfire doesn't look like any other spark plug. And the patented Splitfire doesn't work like any other spark plug.
5 extra horsepower by merely installing these plugs. Quicker in the quarter mile. A 4.8% gain in mileage.
There's nothing like a Splitfire. You'll get more power and more mileage, or your money back.
Get guaranteed Splitfire benefits for all gasoline engines at leading automotive stores nationwide.
Hey, is that what I think it is? Yeah, it's my new Wagner Power Painter. Well, can you edge with it? Yeah, you can edge like this, or adjust it to control the paint up close. And when I'm done, I'm gonna switch nozzles and stain my deck. Do a lot of other jobs I've been meaning to do. Well, does it clean up easy? Yeah, it's quicker than you think.
Why am I painting this by hand?
Good question. Get a Wagner.
It was 8 o'clock in there, right? Yeah. My truck wouldn't start. And the lights worked, but the engine wouldn't turn over. So I figured it must be the starter, right? Well, I went to AutoZone. They said, let's test it. Turns out it was okay. So we tested my battery and found that it just didn't have enough juice to crank it. Now get this. I didn't have to spend a dime, because they even charged my battery for free. Get out of here. That kind of service? Hey, you just can't beat it.
From Darlington Raceway in South Carolina, we move ahead in our coverage of the Mountain Dew Southern 500.
We welcome you back to Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina. Unscheduled pit stop for the only driver ever to win the Winston Million. Awesome Bill Elliott brings the Budweiser Ford down pit road, apparently the victim of a flat right side tire. Elliott radioed just a lap ago, so I got a tire going down. Mike Beam and the Junior Johnson crew wants to work. Called Elliott in, and they will change all 4 tires to make sure. Bill Elliott, a 4-time winner, twice a winner of the Mountain Dew Southern 500. It's in 20.1 seconds under green, and he's back away.
And Bill Elliott gave up 10th position to come in for that tire change. Elliott running in the top 10. He has won 4 times on this racetrack. 2 in the spring race and 2 here in the Southern 500. Hey, we're at record pace. Average speed 136.2, and the record is 135.4. And Mark Martin is still trying to get around Dale Earnhardt.
Nothing has changed.
Look how high on the track Earnhardt is.
Earnhardt really got up high that time, but he got a very good grip up there. But you know, Ned, when they run across traffic, Dale Earnhardt doesn't really have a problem with it because he's running so high, he just blows by. But when Mark Martin has to move up the racetrack, he has a problem.
Here's Rusty Wallace moving inside of Ken Schrader for 5th. And we are at the halfway mark. 184 laps have been completed, and Martin again challenges Dale Earnhardt. Martin inches ahead down the backstretch, but then Earnhardt fights right back. Pulls on the
side up there, and Earnhardt right back up him again.
Just like always. They both a little loose.
Martin's trying to wiggle pretty good up there.
Yep.
Halfway point.
Ned, what do you suppose Mark's going to do on the last lap during this situation?
Well, if he goes, he's going to slow her down going into that turn and not slide high.
He's going to make Earnhardt go in on the outside of him, right?
I think that's what he's going to do.
He's going to try to make Earnhardt go in on the outside of him.
Isn't that the strategy that Robert Presley used, what was it, last year to win here?
Yeah, beat here again.
Yeah.
Right, on the last lap.
Yep.
Here comes Martin down the front straightaway. He's alongside Earnhardt.
He's not taking Earnhardt's groove away because he runs right up there anyway.
Get about a half a car length ahead.
Mark just can't get good traction down on the inside coming off that turn. Has the preferred position going in, but he'll slide up and Earnhardt right back under him again.
Same old story.
Meanwhile, Dave Martin's sitting back there just watching this and saying, wow, these guys are really racing.
Dave has come from way back and has run this twosome down.
He's 20th. 2 laps down. This is like a broken record. The same thing happens every lap. Maybe Martin is trying to coax him into making a mistake, huh?
No, they're having fun.
They are just racing.
Really having fun. Mark's going to try to get a hard run on him this time, but
all right, this time Earnhardt's going to let him go. Yep. I guess Richard Childers said, no, well, wait a minute. I thought Earnhardt was going to let him go. And Dale almost did hit the wall that time.
Okay, now Mark has him cleared this time.
Yeah.
He can take his groove into the third turn.
Look at Earnhardt's car, how it's wiggling up in that corner.
Getting very, very loose.
Man,
we understand that Ernie Irvin is about to make a pit stop. His car is getting very, very loose as well. Here he is, slowing down right now, getting ready to come into the pits.
Jerry Punch will call this pit stop by Ernie Irvin, the driver of the Havoline Ford, Jerry.
You're exactly right, Ned. Jared, Ernie Irvin's car was on skates out there. He last pitted 45 laps ago, and the tires had gone away. So he will bring the Texaco Havoline Ford Thunderbird down. We'll put the blocks on his crew and see what Larry McReynolds' crew can do. Right side and left side tires should go on this Ford Thunderbird. They are being very meticulous in cleaning the front grill area and the windshield. Now left side tires going up. They're putting left side tires in the car number 20. Let's check into the Ken Schrader victory down turn. Dylan?
Jerry, the pole sitter, is in for a 4-tire change. Right side's already on. The crew will swing around. Go to work on the left side. Make sure they clean the windshield. Also, make sure that they get some of that rubber swept away from that front grille because they don't want it overheating problem. We've been seeing a couple of cars here making repeated pit stops for overheating. Ken Schrader is down and away a pretty good pit stop. Jeff Gordon is now in. He will also take on 4 tires. And Ricky Rudd is into the pits. Once again, 4-tire change. The order of the day, as we've been telling you, the tires, this tough old racetrack, Goodyear doing as best as they can for here, but this racetrack is just so tough on tires with the rocks, with the broken seashells, that it literally shaves
the tread off of the tires. Rick Masters also coming in for 4 tire changes. Let's go upstairs to the booth.
And a good race on the track as Brett Bodine has passed Dale Earnhardt.
I tell you what, while we were watching Mark Martin and Dale Earnhardt race for the lead, this guy, Brett Bodine, just slowly crept right up and is in second place. Looks like he's gaining on Mark Martin.
Brett Bodine's best finish of 1993 was a 5th in the second Pocono race. He has been coming on in the last 6 races. Climb began at Loudon with his 13th place finish and is reflected by 5 finishes, 14th or better in his last 6 events. There goes Bobby Hillin shooting by Brett on new tires.
Yes, he was in just a few laps ago in the Holick-Myers Ford, so he just drives right on around.
And the Ford car was just black flagged the last time by. I don't know why that Jeff Purvis was black flagged in the Kodak Film Chevrolet, but NASCAR officials displayed the black flag as he went by. Here's our leader, Mark Martin. Down the back straightaway.
Here's some more fresh tires. Ricky Rudd passing Dale Earnhardt. He's just in the Tide Chevrolet for 4 tires. And Kyle Petty has been in as well. So he makes a pass on Earnhardt.
Kyle's 26th. Mark Martin continues to stay out there. Now Rudd passes second place, Brett Bodine. And here's Terry Labonte in the back pits. Oh, I'm sorry, that's in the front pits. Kellogg's Cornflake Chevy. Another driver involved in a team switch for 94. He'll join Rick Hendrick.
Terry was being shown in the 17th position before this pit stop. He was shown 2 laps down to the leaders.
See him working there at the front of the car to get that build-up rubber off the front of it. Now here comes Brett Bodine in, giving up second position, the Quaker State Ford. Jerry Punch, he's headed toward you.
And Donnie Richardson and crew waiting on Brett Bodine's car. It's one of the best runs they have had this year. The Kenny Bernstein-owned car. They will get right side and left side tires as Brett Bodine sits patiently in the car. This time by, we should expect to see the Valvoline Ford of Mark Martin, our leader, coming down pit road. But Rusty Wallace is in. Let's check in with John Turner.
Jerry, as Mark Martin heads down pit road, Rusty Wallace's crew is going to work. Right side tires on. The Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac. Dale Earnhardt will also pull in as the 3rd place car. They will do a 4 tire change in fuel. We're not expecting any chassis adjustments as now let's go down to Mark Martin's pit where they're working on the right side and Dr. Jerry Punch.
Exactly the man who's had the hot hand in NASCAR. Mark Martin gets right side tires and now left side tires as Rusty is already out as he is headed down pit road. Valvoline crew now putting left side rubber on. Good pit stop. 20.2 seconds and the car number 6 is down and away.
Earnhardt comes down pit road. The 98 car of Derek Cope stops, and here's John Kernan again as Kerry is in.
Likewise, a 4 tire change, also a chassis adjustment around the wedge out of the right rear left side now going on. Here again, sitting in the car waiting. They are wiping away the rubber. Here he guns the engine as they drop the jack and heads down pit road.
Morgan Shepherd is going out. Ted Musgrave is on pit road. Here comes Harry Gant. That's looking back on Harry from Morgan Shepherd's car on the racetrack meanwhile. Our leader is Mark Martin. Martin has the leading end of the Mountain Dew Southern 500 with 197 laps completed.
Sports Illustrated gets you ready for NFL football in this exciting new video, Inside Football 93. Free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated. The best way to get inside the action for over 24 million readers. Call this number now and get the best of last season, plus Sports Illustrated's views on the next champion.
I like San Francisco to beat Dallas in one of the greatest championship games.
Plus, you'll get a second video free with your paid subscription. The NFL Video Yearbook of your favorite team. Pick any one of of the 2018s and get their best from 92 and a preview of 93. Free from Sports Illustrated. Get 2 free videos, Inside Football and the team video of your choice, plus 54 issues of Sports Illustrated, including the 2 big football previews for only $1.39 an issue. Save over 52% off the cover price. For quicker delivery, use your credit card. Every week, Sports Illustrated makes sure you really get in the game. Nobody's into sports like Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
I love watching those SEC games on ABC. But sometimes I like a little variety, whether it be Big Ten, Pac-10, even Big 8. You know what I'd really like? To make my own choice.
If your favorite ABC game is not available here locally, you can order it on pay-per-view. ESPN ABC College Football Pay-Per-View. The only way to see it all.
Welcome back to Darlington Raceway. You haven't missed a thing. The leaders, the front 2 cars, are on pit road. 2 Fords pitting, 6 on top, 26 on the bottom. Mark Martin getting right side tires. And also right side tires on Brett Bodine. Dale Earnhardt is also on pit road as Rusty Wallace has just gotten his 4 tires in the middle genuine draft Pontiac. The 2 cars already back on pit road. Left side tires going on the back of his Ford. Left side tires are already on the Winter State Ford. Here's a drag race down pit road, and 26 and 6 are door to door. Looks like Brett Bodine will win that drag race as Dale Earnhardt is also in. Here's John Kernan. Jerry, a costly stop. The left front wheel end working on the left front tire. They had an air wrench so bad they got a good air wrench over the wall, but they had a problem with the lug nut falling off. He had to put it on, and Earnhardt also has run over the air hose, but they had a problem with the air hose going bad, the air wrench going bad, so a long pit stop for Dale Earnhardt, but he finally does head down pit road.
Cost him a lot of track position because he was so slow coming out. There is Bodine, who did beat Mark Martin onto the track, but Mark tries to take the position back from Brett.
This might not be for the lead, but when it all shakes down, it will be for the lead.
Right.
And Mark Martin takes the position away from Brett Bodine.
And it is for the lead right now, too. As Morgan Shepherd pulls up on the inside of Brett Bodine, moves around him. Brett maybe a little bit of push in the Quaker State Ford or something after he put that set of tires on. Not as good as he had hoped they would be. Rick Mast is back on the track after losing 32 laps, and Dave Marcus has gone behind the wall on the backstretch pits.
And John Kernan has more on Dale Earnhardt's problem.
Well, Bob, I said it was a broken air wrench. We were standing behind Earnhardt's car. I was blocked out. What had happened was he ran over the hose, and it was stuck there. So Will Lynn, when he came around after changing that right front tire, couldn't get the air wrench in position. So they had to throw another wrench over and then get the other hose out from under. So it wasn't a bad air wrench. It was the fact that Earnhardt actually pulled onto the air hose.
And it's cost him several positions. He's now back to 7th.
So he would be the last car on the lead lap.
Well, that's something you rarely see, as those guys in that pit, in the Goodwin pit, make a mistake. They are so good when it comes to these pit stops.
A lot of traffic here on the front stretch. There's Earnhardt.
He's about a third of a lap behind or ahead of Mark Martin. Here comes Martin off turn 4. We saw Earnhardt go by a little bit ago as he puts another lap on Jeff Purvis in the Chevrolet.
And Rusty Wallace, he split 2 cars there on 3rd turn.
As opposed to Kenny Schrader in the white 25. That's Rusty in the black number 2. He's in 4th place right now.
Schrader is 5th. Harry Gant is right there.
And then Earnhardt right behind them. A couple of cars between. There's Bobby Hillin and Greg Sachs, who takes care of Greg Sachs. Now moves up on Bobby Hillin, but Hillin's up there in Earnhardt's groove.
Yeah, that's right. We can see that Earnhardt really doesn't run that well down on the bottom of the racetrack. He needs to be up on top.
Now
he's going to hit up there pretty soon.
Yeah, he's got to pass Schrader before he does that. Yeah. And Bobby Hillin is going to pass Kenny, too. On the racetrack what he lost in the pit area. There's our remote control camera. Car zooming by it.
It blew by Jimmy Hensley. Family Channel car. Now here comes Earnhardt on the inside of Harry again.
Yeah.
Remember, Earnhardt's tires are a couple of laps fresher than Harry Gant's. Makes a big difference.
So that moves Earnhardt back to fifth now. Back up to fifth.
We started this race at 4 o'clock, and of course, one thing on everybody's mind was, would we be able to finish this race before darkness sets in? Now, NASCAR has just told the teams that if we do get into a darkness situation, they will give everybody a 25-lap warning before they throw the checkered flag.
That's at least an hour away, or maybe.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, about 7:30 Eastern time is when I would say they would have to consider stopping this race because of darkness. Mark Martin is the leader in the Valvoline Ford at Darlington Raceway.
While everyone talks about how racing technology makes their street cars better, there isn't a car company today that brings more race-winning technology to the street than Chevrolet.
Announcing the biggest advance in Quaker State history. It's Quaker State's new advanced high-tech formula motor oil. Superior protection against wear. Superior protection against heat and stress. Superior cleaning power. New advanced Quaker State motor oil. It's formulated for today's high-tech engines. And now announcing the biggest rebate in Quaker State history. Get a $4.20 cashback rebate to try new advanced high-tech formula Quaker State.
The blues will cheer you up. Fun, sexy, and exciting. The most fun I've had at a movie all year.
See mommy picking the big lock? When you're a big girl, she'll teach you how to pick locks.
Undercover Blues, rated PG-13. Starts Friday at theaters everywhere.
It's a Labor Day doubleheader. First, Bobby Bonilla leads the Mets against the Astros. Then the Pirates take on Barry Bonds and the Giants. Today, live on ESPN.
Facts are brought to you by new advanced high-tech formula Quaker State motor oil. It's formulated for today's high-tech engines.
Changes in cylinder head technology in the 90s has obligated Winston Cup teams to increase the RPMs of their engine to get adequate response and horsepower. Now, if you turn one of these engines over 8,700 RPMs for 500 miles, you're generating a lot of extra heat, and it's awfully tough on the valve train. Well, here at Roger Penske Racing South, take a look at Rusty Wallace's engine. Well, it seems like a very simple solution to that problem. Coming off the pressure side of the oil line are two separate lines going to the valve covers. Now, Don Miller, one of the owners of this team, it seems to me what you guys have done is developed a separate oiling system for the valve train.
That's correct, Jerry. What we've done is taken the pressure from the oiling system and directed it to the valve cover. We've welded in several aluminum lines, the end downspouts, which have small 30,000-inch holes drilled in them at these areas so that the oil can be directed directly at the valve springs and the valve train. The oil, the additional oil provided, reduces the heat in the valve train as well as provides extra lubrication.
So you're using both properties of oil, lubricant and coolant. What could have been a very disastrous problem has a very simple solution.
And there's your track fact for this week. Boy, I'm not sure that there is a simple way to beat this guy today. Mark Martin is leading the race.
Hey, I'm telling you, I don't know what that 26 car is gaining on him. Ned, you've been clocking, haven't you? Is Brett Bodine gaining on Mark Martin?
As a matter of fact, he did for a little bit when Martin was in some traffic, and then he began to pull away once he got clear of the traffic.
Brett Bodine is second.
He is about 3 seconds behind right now, a little over 3 seconds.
We have had a change of third in the last few minutes. Rusty Wallace has passed Ernie Irvin for third place. And now we're looking for Dale Earnhardt.
There went Rusty Wallace. Here comes Ernie Irvin and Dale Earnhardt. This is fourth position.
Yeah, so Dale is going to pick up that position on Ernie Irvin. Fourth. Boy, Earnhardt just drives right up to the
and almost got the car out of shape. Up high, and down in 1 and 2, he's driving as high, right up against that guardrail. Watch him, Bob, as he goes down in turn 1. Now he goes up the hill. Watch how close he gets to this wall. Oh, he didn't get close to it that time.
Not near as close as he has been here.
Well, John Kernan has a report on the Dale Earnhardt situation.
Well, Bob, the sun has gone behind some cloud cover over the last few minutes, and it's really cooled things off. And Richard Childers tells me as soon as the clouds moved in and got over the sun, that Earnhardt's car really picked up a bad push. That's why you're seeing the lines that he's taken through the turn. So when they pit the next time, they plan to make a chassis adjustment, take a round and wedge out, and try and loosen the car up just a little bit.
So his looseness is taking the car right up the racetrack. Now, how about Brett Bodine, Jerry? I'm sorry, the Ernie Irvan car, Jerry.
Remember the last pit stop, guys? They took a rubber out of the right front, a rubber spacer. That was in the car number 28. He had a serious push. You know what they did? They made the car seriously loose. Now Ernie Irvan can't really handle it in the corners. He's dropped off the pace, and that's why you see some cars going by.
Yeah, he's dropped back to 6th position now and is the last car on the lead lap. Todd Bodine is right beside Ernie.
Harry Gant passed him just the last lap to take that 5th position away. Todd Bodine's car has been awfully good today. We talked about it earlier. He now is several laps down as Phil Parsons goes by all these guys. Evidently Phil has been in and got in some fresh tires.
Boy, he just drove on around. So that car feels so good right now. I wish it would continue to do that, but he knows that in about 10 laps it will slow down and he'll be slipping and sliding like everybody else.
That 30th position that's being shown for Todd Bodine is certainly not reflective of how well he and the car have run this afternoon. He's 8 laps down. Earnhardt again is right up on the wall.
Down the front straightaway, and we can see when he goes down in turn 1, he goes just again as high as he can to make that corner as round as possible. He doesn't want to have to turn the wheel to make a corner, make any kind of diamond shape in the corner. He wants to make it as round as possibly can because of that pushing condition.
Now, normally we don't run at this time of day here at Darlington. The sun is going to get further and further down on the horizon. Where is it going to create a problem for the drivers?
Going in turn 1. They're going to be driving right into the sun, and we probably, from our in-car cameras, can see when that sun, the clouds go away, just how tough it's going to be.
Here's Martin moving off. Oh, yeah, look at this as he's coming down the front stretch. Boy, it is almost impossible to see what's ahead of you. Tremendous amount of glare on the front end of that car until he reaches the shadows down in turn number.
Introducing Gillette Clear Gel Antiperspirant. A clear, clean, powerful gel. It goes on smoothly with no white residue to form an invisible barrier of protection. New Gillette Clear Gel Antiperspirant. Fire from beneath the mountains gave the land its richness. And the land gave the richness to the coffee of Colombia. That's why Maxwell House uses more Colombian beans than anyone in America. Because better beans make better coffee. Maxwell House, the official coffee of NASCAR. Always good to the last drop.
When 280 seemed out of reach, it's Joe Amato and Autolite who punch it. The ball goes to 290. Connie Coletta and Autolite smash it. 300, the barrier. Kenny Bernstein and Autolite shatter it. Autolite and the Record Breakers. Wow, I feel good. We feel pretty good about that.
Here's a sport to try. Gillette Sensor has a sporty new look. Sensor Sport. Because it's not whether you win or lose. It's how you look playing the game.
We're riding with Ricky Rudd as he pulls out of the pit area after having made a pit stop. And you can see that the windshield was clean, but the visibility isn't all that great. He gives up 6th position to make the stop.
And guys, right now we're getting a terrific break, or these drivers are. The clouds have moved over the sun, and we're not driving into that sun down the front straightaway. So visibility is pretty good now.
Yeah, they're not blinded the way we saw Mark Martin a little bit earlier as to go into that turn. You don't have that tremendous glare.
Mark Martin's crew is still talking about it. Remember, Steve Neal said he thinks the race is going to be shortened because of darkness. Jerry, now, are they rethinking this strategy?
Apparently, they're going to hedge their bet a little bit and just make this stop in about 2 to 3 laps and hope that they could make it on this final stop on fuel all the way if the race were to go the complete 367 laps. They've made a decision on calculations. Jack Roush, who is the team owner and engine builder, he's on top of this engine or pit card here. He does the calculations on fuel. They have made a calculation. He looks at his chart one more time, and then they make a pit stop in 2 laps. They should be able to make it, maybe. So they're going to bring him in about 2 laps for what would be his final scheduled stop.
And that would be on lap 300. 298 have been completed. By the way, Mark has led 127 of them.
Terry Labonte's car is very slow off the pace. He's running on about 6 cylinders. You can see the smoke coming from the Kellogg Chevrolet as he runs down on the inside of the racetrack.
Here comes Mark Martin. He's decided to come in the pits.
Jerry Punchy is headed toward you. Mark Martin on pit road.
And for those of you with calculators at home, 67 laps times 1.366 miles. How far does he have to go? You figure it out yourself. It's going to be awfully close. And this is the final pit stop for the man who has been Mr. August, Mark Martin. 3 in a row in victory lane, and he brings the Havoline Ford to a stop on pit road. Right side tires, very, very important to clean the windshield. Now, Brett Bodine is also in. He is on the bottom of your screen. That's Brett Bodine's Quaker State Ford. Mark Martin getting left side tires. Now they move to the left side of the Quaker State Ford. Left side lug nuts being fastened. Martin revving the engine. He is off the jacks and away. And Brett Bodine still up on the jack on the left side. The left front a little bit of a problem. Now here is Brett Bodine off the jack. He heads back to turn 1.
Well, Jerry, they'll have about a little over 89 miles to go with 67 laps. Fuel will not be a problem for them.
Morgan Shepherd is in with the Citgo 4. They're changing the right side on that car. And Dale Earnhardt is also in. John Kernan, he's headed toward you.
Dale Earnhardt slowly pulls the GM Lumina. Richard Childers will loosen it up. Remember with the sun, with the clouds over, the racetrack is tightened up for Dale Earnhardt. He picked up that terrible push. Right side tires going on. Jack is already down. Andy Petrie to crew swing around. David Smith, 2 quick pumps on the 3 pumps. The car is up in the air. Left side tires going on. No mistakes this time. Did not run over there. 19.6 seconds. A very good stop for Dale Earnhardt.
Under 20 seconds. An excellent stop for the Dale Earnhardt crew. Back out on the racetrack.
This leaves Rusty Wallace in the lead in the Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac.
There he is.
He should be coming in before too long.
Yep, right now, because Rick Wilson passes on the high side as Rusty comes down off the 23 degrees of banking in the 3rd and 4th turns. Oh, he's a little sideways coming off the corner. Here's John Kernan.
Maybe just a little bit anxious, Bob. They picked up that 5 bonus points for leading the lap. Although not really too bad on that front grille. They'll go to work cleaning the windshield on the driver's side. They'll also change right side tires. We're not anticipating a chassis adjustment. Second can of gasoline going in. Team swinging into action on the left side. Buddy Parrott handing that left front tire in. They get it down and away. 17.9 seconds. Unbelievable.
Poetry in motion. You can't do it any better than that. 17.9.
You're right. You really can't do it any better than Buddy Parrott and that crew make their pit stops on this Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac. They are just awesome.
There is Mark Martin.
He's now back in the lead.
Yep. With Rusty's pit stop, Mark is back in front of the 44th annual Mountain Dew Southern 500. And we'll be back in a moment.
When Darrell Waltrip needs his car serviced, he needs the best, and he needs it fast.
And so do you. These days, it's hard to know who to trust. The service team at Western Auto does the job right. Right, Junior?
Right, DW, and at the right price.
From batteries to brakes to shocks, tires, and alignment, you can trust Western Auto to give you the best service at unbeatable low prices every day. The best service at the right price from someone you can trust. At Western Auto, we guarantee it.
Right, DW.
Announcing the biggest advance in Quaker State history. It's Quaker State's new advanced high-tech formula motor oil. Superior protection against wear. Superior protection against heat and stress. Superior cleaning power. New advanced Quaker State motor oil. It's formulated for today's high-tech engines. And now announcing the biggest rebate in Quaker State history. Get a $4.20 cashback rebate to try new advanced high-tech formula Quaker State.
My ultimate ESPN SportsCenter highlight goes like this. Loose ball in the end zone. Fall on it, no chance. My feet are light, and I've got the moves. At the 50, I see Myers. Not now, Chris. I'm a busy man. And as I cross the goal line, I laugh, knowing my agent has just cut a deal for my very own fitness video. Yeah, that's my SportsCenter highlight.
Mark Martin continues to lead the Mountain Dew Southern 500 and has just locked up the 5 bonus points for leading the most laps. Here is the best battle on the racetrack. It is Rusty Wallace trying to pass Dale Earnhardt.
Trying to repass Dale Earnhardt while we were at break. Earnhardt passed Rusty Wallace. Meanwhile, our pole sitter, Kenny Schrader, is on pit road. Changing right sides. Now go around, changing left sides. Filling the car up with fuel.
They're finished with the pit stop. Good stop by the Kodiak crew, and Ken Schrader moves back out onto the racetrack.
That should be his last pit stop. He was in the 6th position, 1 lap behind the leaders. Put him another lap down, but he should be set to go the rest of the way.
The fastest race that has ever been run in this particular event was in 1989. 135.462 miles an hour was the average set by Dale Earnhardt. Above that today, but Earnhardt isn't leading it.
No, he's running 3rd right now. We see he's getting away from Rusty Wallace just a little bit.
Bobby Labonte in the pits, being shown in 11th position.
There we see Bobby Labonte. Had a great qualifying run.
He started this race in 3rd spot.
Greg Sachs in. Pit road behind Maxwell House Ford and Bobby Labonte. He gets his service and heads back out, so he should be set for the rest of the race.
Here once again is the battle for 3rd position. Earnhardt and Wallace running 2nd now as Brett Bodine opposes Martin. 3rd and 4th right here.
I said that Earnhardt was getting away from Rusty Wallace. I think I lied. Like Rusty's hanging in there pretty good.
Yep.
In fact, there's a little bit of a surprise that Earnhardt was able to come up and pass Rusty because Rusty does have the freshest tires on. We mentioned that several times, but maybe this set of tires were not matched quite as good as the ones before, and he was not running quite as fast. Maybe it's picking back up now.
Brett Bodine, and he is in 2nd position with 35 laps to go. And Donnie Richardson is the chief mechanic of the race from Western Auto. Donnie is the crew chief on this Quaker State Ford, and he wins the honors today.
And I'd say that's an honor well deserved.
Yes, it is.
A great run for this 26 car today.
We mentioned earlier that Brett's best finish this year is 5th at Pocono in July, so he's going to up that considerably if he continues to hang in there in 2nd spot.
Marcus apparently with a little fresher tires. There comes Dale Jarrett up. He does have fresher tires. He just made a pit stop a couple of laps ago, and so he has fresh tires. He'll blow Brett off here pretty quickly.
We're getting down to it. Just 34 laps to go. NASCAR told us that what? Give him a 25-lap warning if they was going to end the race. Well,
they're going to have to do it 9 laps.
Yeah, really.
Won't mean anything.
This thing is going to go to the end. It may be a little dark, but it's going to go to the end.
We mentioned that Mark Martin has locked up the 5 extra points for leading the most laps. This is the 4th time in the 22 races of 93 that he has led the most laps.
About to put a lap on Ernie Irvin right now as they go into turn 1.
He has a lap on Ernie Irvin.
Irvin in 5th position.
And the Havoline crew is waiting on Irvin to make his final pit stop. And that could come soon.
Believe me, it's going to come real soon. He's not going to stay up there on worn tires, especially a lap down. He's going to come in quickly, like right now.
Because he could lose other positions.
Whoa! And he overshot entrance to the pits. He was just going too fast and locked up
and
the
they throw the caution. The caution flag is out.
And
for only the 3rd time.
If he got the car going, but the caution was already waving. Well, this is going to be a break for a lot of people. It'd be a bad break for Harry Gant, Dale Jarrett,
Kenny
Schrader, those that have made green flag pit stops. Now the others are going to come in and make yellow flag pit stop. Dick Trickle trying to get a lap back here.
And he will or won't. Yep, I think he did by inches.
Actually, you know, Ned, that could have helped Ernie because he's only 1 lap down. If he had made the pit stop, a clean pit stop, he would have been 2 laps down.
Yeah, it could help him. That's true. Yep.
Here he comes, and I think he decided all of a sudden late to make a pit stop. There's sand, there's debris down there. He gets in that, and around he goes like I did about 20 years ago.
You?
Yeah, I did.
Well, it's only our 3rd caution of the day. But it comes at a time when many drivers needed a pit stop, the final one of the race. They're going to get it now under caution. Let's go to Jerry Punch.
Ernie's big problem the last maybe 115 laps has been the car has been very, very loose. You saw him take the rubber out early in the right front. They put a couple rounds away. That didn't cure the problem. They were going to go ahead and bring him in that time. And Ernie was so loose in the corner with the rear of the car there. When he hit the brake pedal to come in, the car just scooted around. That's how bad the car has been most of the afternoon for Ernie Irvin. And here are the leaders on the pit road. 6 at the top of your screen, 26 on bottom. Havoline Ford on top, Quaker State Ford on the bottom. And Dale Earnhardt is also on pit road. Left side tires, split screen. Now you see the left side tires going on the Havoline Ford. Likewise, left side tires going on the Quaker State Ford. Mark Martin is off the jackie down, and so is Trent Bodine. So it'll be Martin and then Bodine back to turn 1 in that order. Here is Rusty Wallace and Dale Earnhardt as Pontiac and Chevrolet will follow him back to turn 1. And they are still waiting here in the pits for Ernie Irvin in the Havoline Ford.
Well, those that are on the lead lap have made their final pit stops. There is the shot of Mark Martin as he tries to get a little air into that car, cooling himself off and getting ready for the final run to the checkered.
Sports Illustrated gets you ready for NFL football in this exciting new video Inside Football 93. Free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated. The best way to get inside the action for over 24 million readers. Call this number now and get the best of last season, plus Sports Illustrated's views on the next champion.
I like San Francisco to beat Dallas in one of the greatest championship games.
Plus, you'll get a second video free with your paid subscription. The NFL Video Yearbook of your favorite team. Pick any one of the 28 teams and get their best from 92 and a preview of 93. Free from Sports Illustrated. Get 2 free videos, Inside Football and the team video of your choice, plus 54 issues of Sports Illustrated, including the 2 big football previews for only $1.39 an issue. Save over 52% off the cover price. For quicker delivery, use your credit card. Every week, Sports Illustrated makes sure you really get in the game. Nobody's into sports like Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
The Grand Prix of Italy on ESPN. Alain Prost could clinch his 4th World Championship, but Damon Hill is hot and looking for his 3rd consecutive win. The Grand Prix of Italy, Sunday morning live on ESPN.
The sun is setting on Darlington Raceway in South Carolina on this Sunday afternoon. The NASCAR Winston Cup Mountain Dew Southern 500 still with a few more laps to go. Coming up right after this race will be NFL Prime Time, and then at 8 o'clock Eastern, It is Sunday Night Baseball with the Rangers against the Twins. The Rangers struggling to stay in the AL West race, led by the explosive bat of Juan Gonzalez. Kirby Puckett and the Twins try to play the role of spoilers. 8 o'clock tonight, Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN. We're setting up for the finish of the race. We are still under our third caution of the day. We'll take another break and be right back with more of our live coverage from Darlington.
Americans have always had a love affair with their cars.
Do you love? Who do you love? Yeah, who do you love?
And when it comes to plugs and filters, we guarantee to keep that spark going for a long, long time.
Do you love? Yeah, who do you love?
The new Camaro. What else would you expect from the country that invented rock and roll?
Announcing the biggest advance in Quaker State history. It's Quaker State's new advanced high-tech formula motor oil. Superior protection against wear. Superior protection against heat and stress. Superior cleaning power. New advanced Quaker State motor oil. It's formulated for today's high-tech engines. And now, announcing the biggest rebate in Quaker State history. Get a $4.20 cashback rebate to try new advanced high-tech formula Quaker State.
Bob Jenkins, Ned Jarrett, Benny Parsons, John Kernan, and Dr. Jerry Punch back late on a Sunday afternoon at Darlington Raceway in South Carolina. It rained here today, delaying this Mountain Dew Southern 500 3 hours. When they get the green flag in a half a lap, it'll be lap 342, and we'll have 25 laps to go. Mark Martin is the leader of this race, looking for his 4th consecutive NASCAR Winston Cup win. Here's Jerry Punch.
Bob, they just told the teams that when they get the green flag, it'll be 10 laps to go. They just told the teams it'll be 10 laps to go, and the race will be over. It'll be 10 laps, it'll be 9 laps white, then checkered. So that's what they told the Valvoline and all the teams in the lead lap. This will be a 10-lap shootout here as they get the green flag.
So instead of 25, we will have 10 laps to go. The crowd has not wavered. They have been here since early this morning when it was pouring down rain, and now they watch the final 10 laps of the 44th annual Mountain Dew Southern 500. Can Mark Martin hold on for 10 laps and win his 4th consecutive Winston Cup event? Let's see. Scramble for position is on. Ernie Irvin is a lap down. Don't forget that in the 28 car.
There's a couple other cars a lap down too, so he at least wants to stay in front of those cars.
Comes Earnhardt passing the lapped car of Ricky Rudd, but right ahead of him now is Brett Bodine, who is second. 8 to go.
Don't you know, every one of these guys is trying just as absolutely hard as they possibly can.
Every position is valuable, especially the Dale Earnhardt here, who is the points leader, but has seen his points lead eaten away by red-hot Mark Martin. Earnhardt trying to take second place from Brett Bodine with 6 to go. Earnhardt goes up the racetrack, as he has done so many times, right against the wall.
Almost every lap today, Earnhardt's been up against that retaining wall. Adjusting his driving style to the way his car... Oh, and he's in the wall. Earnhardt's in the wall. Heavy damage up there in 3 and 4. Now he's going to try to bring it in. How much damage is it to the car?
He'll just drive her right on to the end of the race, though.
He lost his chance there to get second place.
And there goes third place, Rusty Wallace.
Rusty is now third, Dale back to fourth.
And all these cars are on the lead lap, so right now he just needs to back off and let them go. Just finish the race.
We will have a new record speed, 137.706. There are 4 laps to go now. Here's how Dale Earnhardt got up high and bumped the wall in 3.
Goes at turn 3, goes right up to the top of the racetrack. The back end catches the wall. He goes up and gets the front end some heavy damage to this Goodrich Chevrolet.
John, what happened?
Dale has radioed in and told Richard Childress that the 26 car of Brett Bodine is leaking out some fluid out of the overflow. Apparently a little overheating there. He got into it and got up into the wall. He hasn't really said just how badly damaged the car is, but as you can see, it is not as fast as it was. In fact, Andy Petrie has just told him to just hang on, try and finish the race.
Yeah, he's going to finish in 4th position unless the car stops and he loses a lap. But chances are that's not going to happen because there are only 3 laps to go.
2, isn't it 2?
Yeah, 2 laps to go.
When they get back the next time.
Oh, is it back the next time too? Okay. All right, we'll see. Whenever we get the white flag, we'll know there's 1 to go.
That's right.
You guys are right, because Doyle Ford is giving the signal right now. 2 laps to go to Mark Martin.
Cale Yarborough won 4 in a row in 76. Waldrop did in 81. Earnhardt did in 87. Gant did in 91. Elliott in 92. And now Mark Martin is about to win his 4th in a row.
And to win the Southern 500, Ned, you know this has to be one of the happiest moments of this young man's life.
No doubt about it. As we've said so many times, this is one of the toughest tracks on the circuit, and if you can beat this track on any given day, it's one of the greatest feelings of accomplishment that you can have. The white flag is out to Mark Martin right now.
1 more lap to go for Mark Martin. This will be his 11th career NASCAR Winston Cup win. It'll be his 4th of this year. And it's his first win ever at this grand old racetrack that has been hosting a NASCAR Winston Cup race on Labor Day weekend since 1950.
And Earnhardt took the white flag, so he will be credited with 4th spot, even though the car shouldn't get back, but it will get back. And Mark Martin wins.
Mark Martin's express continues. He has won 4 in a row. Mark Martin continues to eat into the points lead of Dale Earnhardt for the 1993 NASCAR Winston Cup Championship. A great win.
Fire from beneath the mountains gave the land its richness, and the land gave the richness to the coffee of Colombia. That's why Maxwell House uses more Colombian beans than anyone in America, because better beans make better coffee. Maxwell House, the official coffee of NASCAR. Always good to the last drop.
To keep tabs on your engine, look here. To keep tabs on your budget, look here.
You always save money at Walmart.
Save every day on Pennzoil Performax Synthetic Motor Oil. It flows in the cold and keeps cool in the heat, so it protects to the max. And that keeps things right where they should be.
And because we're always working at Walmart to save you money,
you'll find our prices are right where they should be. Walmart. Always the low price, always.
The hot streak continues for Mark Martin. He is in victory lane for the 4th consecutive time. In victory lane, here's Jerry Punch.
We called him Mr. August. He might just be Mr. September as well. Mark Martin, congratulations on win number 4 in a row.
Thanks, Jerry. Man, this is great. Arlene and Matt, I wish y'all could have been here. This Havoline team, Ford, it's just great. I mean, it's just meant to be. We ran pretty good today and had great pit stops, and those long green runs were really in our favor because this thing just stayed on the tires and just kept on digging.
Mark, they're all special, but to win the Mountain Dew Southern 500, this is the granddaddy of them all. As you get a big hug from Jack Roush, this one has to be very special.
This one's very special. I tend to say that, you know, a win's a win, but to make it 4 in a row, it's special, man. I tell you, you know, these guys have worked for it, and they deserve it, and it's a dream come true. I didn't really expect to be able to beat the odds today. Now we're going to go to Richmond and try it some more.
What about the points battle now? A month and a half ago, you were not even in the top 10. Now you possibly moved into 2nd place and are gaining on Earnhardt.
Not enough, though. Oh, really? You know, he's going to have to break a few more times, and then maybe we can make a race out of it. I'm real proud of this team. We're on a roll right now, and we can't wait to go to Richmond.
Officially, he's 307 points behind Dale Earnhardt in 2nd place. Mark, congratulations.
Thank you.
Mark Martin in victory lane here for the Mountain Dew Southern 500.
And the unofficial results of this event here today. Brett Bodine, his best finish of the year is 2nd. Rusty Wallace, 3rd. Earnhardt finished in 4th position after bumping the wall late. Ernie Irvin in his debut with the Havoline team is 5th. Ricky Rudd, Harry Gant, Morgan Shepherd, Ken Schrader, and Wally Dallenbach complete the top 10. And there we see the remainder of the line of the finish here at the Mountain Dew Southern 500. The points are indeed closing in. Rusty Wallace maintains 2nd in the points, but only by 3 over Mark Martin. Dale Jarrett remains 4th, and Morgan Shepherd is 5th in the NASCAR Winston Cup point standings for 1993. Our next telecast of a NASCAR Winston Cup race will be Sunday, September 26th in 3 weeks at 12:40 Eastern Time, the Goodies 500 from Martinsville Speedway in Virginia, where Rusty Wallace is the defending champion. Again, our congratulations to Mark Martin, for Ned Jarrett, Benny Parsons, John Kernan, and Dr. Jerry Punch. This is Bob Jenkins. Thank you for joining us. So long, everyone.
When he's in the racing car. He's been on crutches since that terrible crash on Friday here. Somebody else is off the road big time, but Paul Tracy in the car doesn't seem to have too much trouble.
No one in contest at the top of the order. Tracy followed by Mansell, followed by Ray Hall and Bosell. Fittipaldi picks up some good luck and moves into 5th place. He climbs the hill for the final time today in the Texaco Havoline 200. And Paul Tracy acknowledges the checker and takes the win. Watching for Nigel Mansell now. His wife happy with that one, of course. Here comes Mansell. Final set of corners. Already he waves at the workers of one of the corner stations. Not in contest with anyone. He climbs the hill. The checkered flag waits for Nigel Mansell, who will continue his point lead by 31 PPG points over Emerson Fittipaldi.
He suspected going into this race that it would be very, very difficult to beat Paul Tracy in that Penske, so he had to go into point scoring mode because this championship is so important to him.
And here comes Bobby Rahal, who finishes in 3rd place. A splendid day for Rahal. His up and down season, battling, trying to get his new car going. Now he's in the lowland doing well. Let's go to Gary.
And here's Roger Penske.
3 days in Germany. You get back late last night, early this morning. You see Paul Tracy drive to victory. Tell us about the maturation of this young man that you've had your eye on.
Well, I think it was a great job, Jerry. You know, he had the accident. I wasn't here on Friday, but he came back, jumped in the backup car, and was able to really command it all through the weekend. I guess it showed that our cars can run on long straightaways with the Chevy motors, which is I'm glad to see, and Paul did an outstanding job.
And it really tightens things up a little bit here in this championship chase, doesn't it?
Well, it's going to be down to who finishes. I think that's one of the things that Emerson and Paul both have to do is finish every one of these races, so it's anybody's race right now. But again, we still got to catch Mansell.
Congratulations, Roger.
Thanks.
On the way to victory lane, Paul.
6th win this season for the Penske team, 77th career victory for IndyCar Racing's most successful team, Penske Racing.
Cars go, this model year is coming to an end. That's why the 93 Nissan Altima is going so fast. Stop by your Nissan dealer today. We'll give you something to celebrate.
Hi, I'm Stuart Goodman of Goodman & Sons Jewelers in Hampton, Virginia. We've been using Tidewater Cable Interconnect for the last 10 years and had very good results.
Hello, I'm Henry Ayer, the Vice President of Pocosin Motors here in Hampton, your Seal of Integrity dealer. We've been advertising with Tidewater Cable Interconnect for over 6 years, and I'm here to tell you, cable works.
To find out more about how your business can benefit from cable advertising, call Tidewater Cable Interconnect at 873-1366.
Fender bending under the lights on the world's fastest half-mile track. Rocked into Saturday night at the Bud 500. Live at 7:30 Eastern following Speed Week on ESPN.
Well, Paul Tracy scores his 4th IndyCar victory, all on road courses. This is his first win on a natural terrain road course at the beautiful Road America. Well, Paul Tracy taking the victory for Roger Penske. Let's go to Gary.
Well, the unbuckling process begins down here. They unwind some tape, they disconnect some hoses. And Paul Tracy, it's going to be interesting to see just how physically he's feeling because of that terrific crash that he endured on Friday morning. But does he get the job done? He's kind of gingerly lifting himself up here now, Paul, and the crew's here to help him out of the car. He was on crutches for about 36 hours or so. He's going to sit here on the suspension. We'll all try to gather our collective breaths, and we'll reach down here, and as he peels off the gloves, and as soon as that helmet comes off, we'll get some comments here from Paul Tracy. Victory number 4 this season, and perhaps under the toughest of conditions. Paul, congratulations. Tell us how tough was it today for you, because we know you were hurting.
Well, it was pretty tough. It was a pretty long race, and I had a good, just tried to keep a good consistent pace, and I have my foot wrapped up and the circulation's cut off, so I want to get this bandage off as soon as I can.
We're working down here in this right ankle where there's bruises, and they're going to cut through the tape right now. How difficult was it to brake and to work on the throttle under these conditions?
It was getting pretty tough near the end. My foot had gone to sleep, so it was real tender on the ball of my foot. But we just had it. We built up a big lead because of the pit stops, and we were able to get in and out quick. And I think that's what I was able to just take it easy the last 10 or 12 laps and just really just coast along.
Well, you astounded your crew by getting the pole. You've astounded us all with this performance. Congratulations.
Thanks.
All right, Jan? I'm sorry, we'll go back to Paul.
And Paul Tracy into the Yamaha winner's circle. We continue talking with the top finishers. Let's go to Jan Beekes.
Hi, we're standing by with Nigel Mansell. 2nd place for you today, Nigel. A very good run. He gets the congratulations from Paul Newman. Not quite enough, though. Paul Tracy was really running like a rabbit.
Yeah, I mean, the Penske car was just working fabulous today. You could see on the opening lap. He just shut away, didn't he, and had his own race. He drove great. I drove as hard as I could, and I'm just thrilled that a Ford-powered Lola with the great sponsors that we have we come in second, because second place, 18 points, is very valuable and it adds to our tally, and I'm just thinking of the championship. But Penske's are going to be tough to try and beat for the end of the year.
Nigel Mansell happy with his point lead for the moment. Paul?
And continues to be dominant. Inventive people here in the Indy cars, aren't they? Yep, that's the one that wins. You've got it. More from Road America in just a moment.
Today's history lesson, the fork. No! I'm talking front fork. Look, since day one, it's done two jobs, steering and suspension. You ever tried holding down two jobs? Now, cut to the new Yamaha GTS 1008, the Sultan of swing arms. One arm steers, one does suspension. No fork, no fuss. Yamaha doesn't just make motorcycles, they make history. End of lesson.
As the season winds down, the pennant chase heats up on ESPN. This week on America's Game of the Week, the Braves continue their struggle to stay in the NL West race. The Cubs try to play the role of spoilers. Tonight, live on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball.
Unofficial for the next few minutes, but it seems certain Paul Tracy takes the win here as it begins to cloud up at Road America, and there is some light showering. Nigel Mansell maintains his points lead, coming in second, followed by Ray Hall. Bosell, Fittipaldi picks up some luck at the finish, and look at Eddie Cheever as he comes home in sixth.